Hi, today we're going to prepare and cook a 6 kilo grass-fed Irish brisket from Sherwood Foods. This is a really beautiful UK bred brisket, and the first thing we're going to do is trim some of the fat off. We want to leave a decent covering of fat, but not too much really thick fat, so this is what we're going to do. We're just going to take these really thick pieces of fat away. And flip it over, and then just a little bit of this really thick fat here. Don't want to trim all the fat off because the fat helps give us flavour and moisture into the meat. So that's pretty much all the fat I'm going to trim from this brisket, and now we're ready to apply the rub. I'm going to use my own beef rubs, that's Jackie Waite Beef Rub 1 and 2. And it's all about layering the flavour. So on this side, I'm going to put Beef Rub 1 on first. And we want a good coating of rub onto the meat. I'm just going to pat that in to the meat, because we pat, we don't rub. And then I'm just going to put a little bit more of Beef Rub number 2 on top. And that just helps me get different layers of flavour onto the meat. I'm going to flip the meat over, and I'm going to reverse the process, put Beef Rub number 2 at the bottom, followed by Beef Rub number 1 on top of that, and then just press that into the meat. Now I'm going to take a foil pan, and I'm going to put this lovely piece of meat in the foil pan and leave it in the fridge overnight to let those flavours meld, and we'll come back to you tomorrow. We trimmed and rubbed our brisket yesterday and left it in the fridge overnight, and this is the result this morning. The rub's gone beautifully sticky, gone into the meat, and now we're ready to cook. Now we have our brisket that is ready to wrap. It's been cooking for 6 hours at 120 Celsius, and we've gotten to the stage now it's not going to take any more smoke, so it's time to wrap it and get the juices into the meat again. So I'm going to put it in a foil pan. I'm going to put some beer in just for a bit of flavour. Just around the edges, because this will help form a nice pan of juices at the end. And then I'm just going to take a nice piece of foil, which I probably should throw away. Cover the meat over and put it back into the barbecue until it's finished cooking. Right, now the moment of truth. Is it done? So we've taken the brisket out of our smoker, and now what we want to do is probe through the side, and that is absolute perfection. It should slide into the brisket like a warm knife going through cold butter. The temperature is sitting at 97.4, and again, whilst the temperature is important, the texture is far more important. So now the final stage is we've got to let it rest. So put the cover back on, and we'll be back in an hour. So we want to make sure that we slice it against the grain, and pretty sure that this is going to be this way. And there's our first slice, as you can see, perfectly against the grain. And there is our perfect brisket slice, as you can see, absolutely wonderful and ready to eat.